So hello, welcome to Best Top 5. Today we're talking about Chuck Norris. If you're not familiar with Chuck Norris, and I don't know, where are you hiding? Are you hiding under Dwayne Johnson? Chuck Norris has been known for most younger generations as the guy who's in those memes, in those top Chuck Norris facts, like, you know, Chuck Norris got bit by a snake once and too bad that the snake died of agonizing pain 5 days later, stuff like that. But he is also an action star, or was at one point. He is a guy who, sure, he may not command a lot when it comes into films because his acting is kind of stoic, like Charles Bronson, but he, unlike some of the other action heroes, he can back up his claims of knowing martial arts because he is a karate champion. He's one of the few people who fought Bruce Lee. He actually trained with Bruce Lee. And we're going to go over some of the films that I think are worth watching, worth maybe even owning if you are into action films. First thing I wanted to mention, I'm a fan of the show that he did called Firewalker, Texas Ranger. Maybe for different reasons than some others. Some people may like it as a generally good show. I like it for its cheese and really bad acting and repetitive storylines. I enjoy it. So there is one movie that was released after the show was finalized, and it was called Firewalker, Texas Ranger, Trial by Fire. Can't find it anywhere. So if anybody knows where it is, you know, I've tried downloading it, I've tried torrenting it, I've tried looking on iOffer, eBay, Amazon, Facebook, everywhere. No one has it. The only place I can find it is in Australia. So if any of your Australian mites want to give me a copy of it, burn it into a DVD Region 1, send it to me. You know, I'll give you my PO box. I'm going to put it placed right here. Let's go into the top 5. Number 5 is a movie which goes into what we were talking about right now about Firewalker, Texas Ranger. The show was based on a movie called Lone Wolf McQuade, where he also plays a sheriff, guy who's pretty much protecting a town. And this was done in the 80s. This was done way before he did the Firewalker, Texas Ranger show. The plot is very simple. Plot is very insignificant. And you're going to notice it a lot with a lot of these Chuck Norris movies where the story isn't very important. It's more about the action sequences that are taking place. And Lone Wolf McQuade is that. It's just Chuck Norris being the shit out of people in a small town. I like it. You know, it's available on Blu-ray. You can check it out. So next one up on the list is a movie called Firewalker. This was produced by Canon, the guys who made a lot of movies with Charles Bronson, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Stallone. They made a lot of movies with Chuck Norris too, and Firewalker was one of them. Firewalker was their answer, one of their answers to Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones became a popular hit, and Canon did a movie called King Solomon's Mines with Sharon Stone. The movie was not that good, so they tried again, and they got Louis Gossett Jr. and Chuck Norris in an Indiana Jones adventure taking place in modern time. Only difference this time is we have Chuck Norris doing martial arts. So it's the same shit. It's not very good, but it's entertaining, and that's why I put it on this list. If you want to watch a rip-off of Indiana Jones made by Canon with a lot of good action sequences, check this one out. It's available now on Blu-ray. For a long time it was only available through the MGM catalog that has been out of print for so long. So I believe it was either Shout Factor or Kino Lorber re-released this film on Blu-ray, and a really good transfer. A pretty good transfer for a really blah movie. So that's number 4. Number 3 is a movie directed by Andrew Davis. This was not produced by Canon. Andrew Davis is known as a guy who would direct a lot of movies with my boy, Steven Seagal. He directed movies like Above the Law. He ended up directing Under Siege and would go on to get nominated, or I think he even won an award for the movie The Fugitive, which he directed. But way before that, he directed a movie with Chuck Norris called Code of Silence. And if you watch this film, you're going to notice a lot of resemblance to the movie Above the Law, especially with the actors. There's a lot of actors who return, who actually not returned, who had worked on Above the Law eventually. So it's basically a simple police drama with action and corruption, very straight to the point. And if you like those type of movies, I do, you're gonna have a good time. This is available on Blu-ray, and they also did a really good transfer on this movie. I remember seeing this movie for the first time on VHS and again on DVD, and the quality has changed so much to the point that it looks like a brand new movie, better than it should be. So number 2 is a movie that was made by Canon, and it was actually the sequel that was released as the original film, and that movie is Missing in Action. So, quick story, Missing in Action originally was shot back-to-back with Missing in Action 2. So when they screened the film to the producers, Menahem Golan and Yarim Globus, they realized that part 2 was more entertaining than part 1. So they released Missing in Action 2 as Missing in Action 1. So when it came to releasing the first one, the one that was supposed to be part 1, they released it as a prequel called Missing in Action The Beginning or something like that, I don't remember. Part 1, which is really part 2, is really entertaining. It was Canon's answer to Rambo. Canon liked to rip off a lot of stuff, and this is one of the few that actually hit the nail on the spot. It's a good contender to a Rambo. So much so that when they made Rambo 2, they stepped up their game, and it's like an imitation of an imitation, because Missing in Action stepped up the game from what Rambo did, at least First Blood, and then when Rambo Part 2 came out, they said, oh shit, we're gonna do what Missing in Action did, we're gonna do POW movies. If you don't know what POW movies are, it's prisoners of war. So where a lot of people are stuck in Vietnam and they come in to save them, a lot of that stuff. And movies basically that brought up Chuck Norris' character, he had escaped, and we find it out in the prequel. So it's kind of a little weird when you're watching, like, because they show you flashbacks, and some of those flashbacks are from the other film that was eventually released as a prequel, and he has to go back to save his friends who are stuck in Vietnam. Simple stuff, a lot of good action. If you like it, check it out. It's available on DVD, Blu-ray, even on streaming. But number 1 is a movie that was also released by Canon called Invasion USA. I love this movie. This movie has some of the most hilarious lines.
Didn't work, huh? Now it will.
Like, his one-liners are funny not because they're good, it's because they're so bad. Like, they're so stoic and, you know, with no emotion.
It's time.
The basic story is Russia, or I don't know what country it is invading into the USA. And we don't need the army, we don't need the special forces, we just need Chuck Norris. With 2 Uzis, he's gonna defeat. It's so fucking ridiculous, you can't take this seriously. And I enjoy it for that reason. There's a really good action sequence that takes place in the mall where Chuck Norris comes brushing in with this big ass Jeep, and they let you know it's an American made Jeep that just crushes in and starts shooting the fuck out of all these people who are invading. And he just does a flip and goes, he never runs out of bullets.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left. Oh, yeah?
It's really, really bad, but is it? Because I liked it. It's entertaining, man. Some of the stuff you can't take serious, especially Canon's catalog. You know, they probably were trying to make a message about, like, people invading, you know, the USA, like immigrants and stuff, but it's entertaining. I love this movie. So anyway, this is the top Chuck Norris list. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which Chuck Norris movies you like that I didn't mention. There's a bunch of them. There's one where he kills someone just staring at him. I think the movie was called Forest Warrior. He stares at a guy, and this is dramatic zoom, and the guy just dies. That's how powerful Chuck Norris is, you know? So anyway, guys, until next time, bye.